to Kirsty TV. My guest today is our KExpert of the day, Kristina Johnson. Kristina has been running self-esteem workshops for 11 years with women, children, young and old, from everyone dealing with obesity to domestic violence and addictions. So we're going to have a chat about self-esteem. How are you today?
I'm great, Kirsty. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's so lovely to have you here.
It's lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So self-esteem, what is it? I mean, when people think about it, what would you describe it as?
Self-esteem is truly how you view yourself. View yourself to a relationship, view yourself in the world, and partnership and professionally. It's just your global view of yourself.
So how does someone recognize if they've got low self-esteem?
I think it's mostly their internal dialogue. What are they saying to themselves? And that can be hard to recognize at some point if you don't have an external factor that kind of triggers. Am I thinking negative about myself? It often comes from a friend, or if you're outside and you see someone go by. What do you normally think of somebody? Do you normally see the negative or the positive? When you start viewing the negative about somebody else, it's usually because you're having that internal dialogue within yourself, and you're just recognizing it in somebody that's externally in your view or you come in contact with.
I think that's really beautiful saying it like that, but you know, you see on the outside, but the internal, nobody hears or sees what's going on in your head. And it's really hard. I mean, a lot of the women that I've interviewed have either had acne problems or been little people or all kinds of different things. And when someone is told by society that you're not good enough, or you're not normal, or you're not okay, or you're too fat, or you're too skinny, or all the other things that we have going on, how do you make sure that you don't internalize that and you don't make that part of who you are in your story?
It's really when you have to become our best friend and our biggest cheerleader.
Oh, I like that.
And I call it, everyone is imperfectly perfect.
Yeah.
All of our imperfections make us who we are, and we have to start loving them because we were given this life, however it may be packaged, and learning the silver lining and how the purpose and the value that we have to other people. Because although mine may look one way, yours looks another, and learning those different imperfections that make us perfect.
Well, when I spoke with Peggy, who's a little person, you know, I know Peggy personally, and so when she talked about getting to a point of wanting to kill herself, I couldn't imagine this planet without her. You know, she is such a ray of light, and I just wanted to reach into anyone who feels like that and go, see the diamond you are, see how you're more than your body.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what people need to get, that they are more than their body.
Absolutely, and I think that's the key point when you're talking about death and people wanting to end their life, is really getting in check that negative dialogue that's happening within, because it can either be success or it can be your demise. Although we need a support system, the journey starts within us.
Well, and that's the thing, I guess it can escalate to a point of suicide very quickly. You can get to a point of, you know, people picking on you, internalizing it, constantly being down on yourself. Then it goes to a really dark place of, I don't deserve to be here, I'm not good enough. How do people stop going down that slippery slope? And if they're in this right now, what would be a couple of things they should be doing each day?
I immediately say, for every negative, 3 positives. Right off the bat, it's the work again. You don't always feel like it. Usually when they're in that place, they're in that self-loathing, and it's just a really dark place. So
when you say 3 positives, like, give me an example. What would be a negative that I would have to give the...
Let's just go for physical. I'm so fat. Okay?
So the minute you say that...
The minute you say it, switch it around.
Okay.
Okay? If you think I'm so fat, I'm beautiful. I can do this. I can control my life. You know, just switching it around is I can just immediately.
But what if you don't believe that? What if you can't even say I'm beautiful? Like, do you have to force yourself in the beginning?
Absolutely. Fake it till you make it. Because if you can't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it. So it's that energetic shift that has to happen within, that when you shift from a negative to a positive, physiologically, it truly happens. It changes the impulse of the brain. Energetically, it changes. And then you're vibrationally, you're matching on a much more positive level, which will change internal dialogue.
Well, and I think for me, I know that sometimes you don't look truly in the mirror, in your eyes. You know, we glance and we look at the shape or the size, but I find when I really look and see my eyes every now and then, something will happen in the car or something, and I'll just go, oh my gosh, like I forgot to connect with you.
Yes, absolutely. Connecting with yourself is the most important, because without that relationship, nothing else, no matter where it is, professionally, personally, it's not going to be authentic, and you're not going to be living your fullest. But I also think, for real quick, if somebody isn't able to look at themselves for whatever's going on, I say start writing. start writing it, because that's a safe place to start putting negative thoughts, negative chatter, to get it out. Don't reread it, but it's also a safe place to start writing positive things until you can look up. And then I say try it once a week. If you're not able to do it, try it daily or try it once a week to look at yourself.
Well, there's some fantastic tips. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that if you're out there and you're suffering from low self-esteem, or even if you have medium self-esteem, I think we can all learn to have better, higher self-esteem from those tips that Kristina shared. So I look forward to seeing you next time on Kirsty TV. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and subscribe, comment on Facebook, tweet us. I love hearing from you. Join the conversation, and we'll see you soon on Kirsty TV.